If uneven concrete outside or inside your home is causing floors to sink, drainage issues, or any safety hazards, it's time to get the problem fixed. And here to help us out is Adam Ellis from Ace Waterproofing and Basement Solutions, along with his son, Carson. Thank you both for being here today.
Thanks for having us again.
Yes, of course. We're glad you're back. Always a lot of really great stuff to talk about. This is our Ask the Experts week after all. So this is really our opportunity to learn about all kinds of home renovations and things like that. Now, we brought Carson here today, which we're so excited. Carson is used to being on TV. He's been in commercials before, as he told me. But tell us a little bit about the name Ace Waterproofing, because that also has something to do with Carson.
Absolutely. So the name is my three kids, Aiden, Carson, Emma, in order from youngest to oldest. So Carson's
right in the middle?
Right in the middle, the C in Ace.
Yes. Do you ever help Dad on jobs and different things like that?
Yes.
You do. Yeah, I bet you're just a ton of help. That's really great.
He is an extremely good helper.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, we're happy that you came today. And your company, Adam, it can really help us with a variety of home and improvement issues. Today we're focused on concrete raising.
Yep.
So talk about the reasons why somebody would want or need to do that.
So concrete raising is especially prevalent right now heading into winter. You know, nobody wants the trip hazards. Nobody wants a spot that'll pull up with ice from water collecting or hitting with your shovel or your snow blower. So it's a great time of year to get it taken care of before the snows come.
Okay, well that is good to know. I think a lot of times we see different issues in and around our homes and we aren't really sure when we need to tackle it or when the best time of year is to tackle that. So that's good. And you're highlighting concrete raising with polyfoam.
Yep.
So why is now a good time to use something like that, or what is that?
So the polyfoam, the advantage with polyfoam over your typical mud jacking is we inject a polyurethane foam that the poly will last the lifetime underneath that slab. What's also great with that is your driveway is ready to drive on as soon as we're done with the job, essentially. As soon as we're pulled out of there, it's ready to use.
Really? Okay, so a quicker process than I would assume. So is it similar to mud jacking, this process?
Very similar, just smaller holes and a little bit better lasting product that's not as prone to freeze thaw, that can allow that slab to continue to move as much.
Okay, well, interesting. And it's a lot faster from what it sounds like than mud jacking as far as use is concerned afterward.
Yep, mud you typically want to wait 24 hours to drive on, whereas again the foam 15 minutes, it's ready to go. You can use your sidewalk or driveway like normal. And as soon as we're packed up and out of there, it's ready to go.
It's ready to go. That is huge. Okay, so why do you feel like, or I guess can you explain why this process is more popular than just replacing everything? I think especially if somebody is really unclear on what they need to be doing or what the problem is in the first place, they think, well, I just need a whole new, concrete in my whole driveway.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of advantages to repairing versus replacing. And the biggest one is being able to use that same day, whereas if it's a tear out and redo, you've got 2 weeks before you can drive on it again, on top of dealing with the big headache of everything tore out and the mess that comes along with it. So the advantages are that it's ready to use same day, and it's typically a third to half the cost of replacement.
That's what was going to be my next question, is the price difference on that. So it would be much cheaper.
Typically much cheaper.
Typically much cheaper. Okay. And how long does the actual process take? I mean, I know that you can use your driveway pretty much 15 to 20 minutes after you guys are done, but the actual work itself, I'm assuming, depends on the type of project.
Same day typically, unless it's a large project, but anything residentially, anything around most people's homes, we're in and out in 2 to 6 hours.
That is, that's less than a work day.
Yep. Yeah, usually we get it all taken care of while you're at work. You get back and you get
a whole new situation going on at home.
Exactly.
So oftentimes, I mean, this would be considered a relatively big project, I think, for a lot of folks, and people are worried about committing to something like that. But you do offer a warranty.
We do. Yep. We do a 2-year warranty. So if that concrete settles any time within 2 years, no questions asked, we'll come and repump it for you.
Okay. So talk a little bit about why we should do this now and not wait. I mean, aside from the time of year, this is just a good time for you guys to come out.
So one of the biggest reasons is anytime you have any issue going on with your driveway foundation, any of that, this is the best it's ever going to be. It's never going to get better unless you do something to resolve the issue. It's only going to get worse. So right now is the cheapest it will technically ever be before it continues to get worse.
That makes sense. So the longer you wait, the more it deteriorates and the bigger of a job that you may have on your hands. Okay, so while we have you here, let's go over some of the other really great services that you offer at ACE.
So we do just about anything that has to do with masonry or concrete, but the biggest thing right now heading into winter also is what we do in basements. You know, being able to take care of any of the moisture issues. Sealing up crawl spaces is a big one this time of year. It's important to do because a lot of crawl spaces aren't insulated, allowing the air from the outside to come in and ultimately affecting the air quality in your home. So
yeah,
anything to do in your basement, if you've got water, bowing walls, structural issues, we can take care of those.
Well, on top of that too, I mean, if you have air coming in somewhere in your basement in the middle of winter, I mean, that can cause, all kinds of problems when it comes to pipes and things like that, especially if you're like me and you have one of those bare bones basements.
Oh yeah.
It might be absolutely something to consider. Okay, well, for a list of the variety of services offered through ACE, or if you want to schedule a free estimate, all you have to do is visit the website, which is acewbs.com, with that C, of course, standing for Carson.
Yep.
Carson, thank you so much for coming on the show today. You did a great job. Thank you.
A little nervous.
No, he's doing great. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate all the information.